Welcome to Social 5 University. This is Jeremiah Stetler, your host today, as we take you through a beginner's guide to LinkedIn. Today's curriculum will touch on the following items. We will first help you understand the LinkedIn landscape and why this is an important tool for businesses, particularly if you happen to be a B2B business who is looking at partnerships or prospecting with professionals on that platform. Then we'll take you on our little stroll, our little walkthrough of LinkedIn, show you all of the tools and technologies that will help you as you formulate your business strategy. We'll then talk about this crazy thing. What is the difference between a personal page and a LinkedIn page? Because they both have value, they both have strategic importance to your social marketing campaign. We'll show you the different reasons that you should use each of those platforms. Then we'll show you how to post, what types of content you can put on LinkedIn, and how it will be valuable to you as you grow your business. And then lastly, for those that are joining us live, we have a live Q&A here at the end, as well as this amazing thing. Every live session, we give away a $25 Amazon gift card. All you have to do is follow our LinkedIn page and comment on the LinkedIn post for this particular session for a chance to win. And if you're joining us from Social 5 University and recorded session, just join us for our live session. It's a lot of fun. So as we get into LinkedIn, it really all comes down to this quote, that behind every successful person, there are many successful relationships. LinkedIn is designed not to simply be a push platform where we send information out to the world and we don't expect anything in return. Instead, this is designed to be a virtual networking platform. And it's a very effective networking platform for a number of reasons. First of all, take a look at how large it is. There are 660 million users in more than 200 countries and territories worldwide. 1 out of every 3 professionals use LinkedIn. Oh my goodness. And then take a look at this statistic from the Pew Research Center that 50% of all U.S. adults with college degrees have a LinkedIn account. Okay, hopefully that gets the wheels in your head turning about some ways that you can leverage this platform. Now take a look at this as well. Now demographically, the platform does tend to skew a little bit on the male side. So 57% of LinkedIn users are male compared to 43% of women. And then 15% of all LinkedIn users are in senior level positions within their companies, whether they happen to be in manager roles or executive level roles, but a lot of opportunity to be able to reach out to decision makers within the businesses that you happen to be targeting. Okay, so let's talk about some of the application of LinkedIn, because really there are 3 main areas that we advise people to think about when it comes down to choosing LinkedIn as a social marketing platform. If they are looking at forming a partnership with another company, perhaps a partner sales model, a product that you are pursuing together, those types of partnerships are cemented and are nurtured through LinkedIn. Prospecting, if you happen to be reaching out to individuals, to decision makers, to C-suite executives within a company, prospecting is very effective. And then there is the job hunting side of things that if any of you who are joining us happen to be looking for employment in a given field, this can be enormously effective. Or if you're an employer that's looking for a candidate, this is a way to go hunting for those candidates in an environment where you can see all of their skills and background and education and all of those elements that will help you make an informed decision on a new hire. So as we jump in, let's first of all use a little bit of terminology that LinkedIn is all about building connections. And you've probably heard that term before. It's building connections with people. And these connections, if we think about it, if I connect with you on LinkedIn, what it does is it enables some tools that allow us to communicate in ways that we couldn't communicate before. We can start corresponding back and forth via LinkedIn messaging. We can see each other's profiles. We can view information that would be private to individuals that weren't connected. This results in a relationship that is built between you and I. okay? Because we are now corresponding. And this leads to ultimately business growth, whether it is directly through a sales situation where you engage in a product or service-based relationship with that individual, or if it grows into something else that you happen to start referring business to each other, or a variety of aspects. So as we talk today, we're going to talk about how to build connections through LinkedIn. And we'll walk through each individual piece of the platform to help you better make connections that will be valuable to you as you move forward. So we're going to start out here. If you log into LinkedIn, feel free to do so. You're going to come up with a platform that looks like this. This is your dashboard. And I'm going to start here at the top with my fancy little finger there to say that most LinkedIn users or power users begin by understanding the search functionality of LinkedIn like crazy, okay? That this is the strength of LinkedIn, is knowing how to find people, okay? And not just understanding the technology, but thinking creatively about ways that you can identify individuals outside of just your job title or company or things like that, okay? So I want you to go through a few little thoughts with the search engine, because sometimes you'll be tempted to click on the search box and you'll type in a keyword, okay? And that will be just fine. It's going to pull up a whole bunch of different things. But I want you to actually take a look at, if I click just to the search field, you'll see that there's a drop-down menu that appears right here. Ding, okay? And I can click on people or jobs or content or companies, schools, groups, events, and search based upon a number of criteria, okay? And so let's just try clicking on the people button for a moment. And I want you to take a look at this. Okay, if I click on the people button, notice that it pulls up this all filters button. This is where I go every single time, okay? I'll click on the all filters button, and it's going to pull up a variety of search criteria. You'll see past companies, industries, the language they speak, the school that they attended. And this actually goes down even further into certain keywords, certain connections you have. You can search by name or email address or phone number, a lot of different things that you can do through this free search filter, okay? Now, some of you may have upgraded to Sales Navigator, which is something I've done. You can see Sales Navigator up here at the top that allows you to do some more advanced multivariate searches, meaning that searches for multiple profile characteristics. A person that went to Utah State University, which is my alma mater, right? People who worked at the Salt Lake Tribune as well, or a variety of things where you can run that multivariate search. In this case, you can search for people in a free fashion that is a single variate search. So if I know a business in my community, I could click and look for any LinkedIn profile that is associated with that business and identify an executive or a manager in a decision-making capacity there. I could actually search for anyone who was at Utah State University with me, or anyone who happens to be in the real estate industry or insurance industry or the acupuncture industry, any of those types of things. But please go through and look and see what search criteria might be helpful for finding people you can connect with, okay? And so once I run that search, I'll click the little apply button, and it's going to pull up a list of all of the people that match my search criteria, okay? It'll give me their name, it'll give me their title, which we're going to talk about a little bit more in our LinkedIn profile optimization seminar. But it'll give me a number of different criteria about that individual or background elements in that individual. All I have to do is click connect, okay? Because that's our goal. We want to build relationships. I click connect, and it's going to pull up a thing that says your invitation's on its way, but don't stop there. Don't click the done button. That's what you want to do, is click the add a note button, and make sure to always, always, always leave a note in this box. That's essential, okay? If you're going to increase your effectiveness of your prospecting or partnering or job hunting, then you will click and add a note to this box. Now, here is my word to the wise, okay? Word of the wise, make sure that you seek common ground with those that you are connecting with, okay? People are more likely to engage with someone who demonstrates a personal interest or connection. So if we went to school in the same university, we are more likely to connect. If I am showing that we have some commonality geographically, we live in the same state, we live in the same city or county, that plays into it. If we happen to both speak the same language, well, and this would be different, that my second language is Danish, which is a really strange language to have as my second language. But if another person spoke Danish as well, that would be something that connects us together. Okay, look for things that builds a connection or builds trust, because then you'll get a higher ratio of people who do indeed accept that connection. Okay, so once you do connect, those individuals are going to appear right up here in the My Network field up at the top of the screen. So you'll see that right here on the top. Okay, and you'll have the opportunity, if I click on that button, to see anyone I've connected with, whatever contacts that I have generated with their email addresses or whatnot. I can see people that I'm following their profiles or how many groups that I'm a part of. This is your dashboard for your connections, okay? So if I click on the little connections button, okay, it's going to take me to a screen that looks like this, where I can actually search through all of my connections. I can search for them by name. I can search for, scroll through and find the number of realtors. But here is the interesting thing, okay? You may not notice it, but right here on the side is something that says Manage Synced and Imported Contacts. This is so important, okay? Because if I click on that button, I'll have the opportunity to actually export the information of any of those contacts, okay? Now, because of changes to privacy restrictions on LinkedIn, it may be a small percentage. It may be 15%. It may be 20%, just depending on what the privacy settings are of the connections you've made. You can also use a variety of different technologies. We have one at Social5 that we use that scrapes LinkedIn for additional contact information that can build up these databases beyond the 15%. But this is a way that you can download a group and add it to an email campaign. Okay, so that is appropriate under the rules and regulations of setting up a profile under LinkedIn. It does provide authorization or express permission for you to reach out to these individuals in a business setting or in a marketing setting. So that can be a valuable tool. All right, so let's move to the next one. Okay, this is messaging. Messaging is where you have a chance to build relationships. Okay, so we have searched for connections. We have made the connection. Now we want to build a relationship with that connection. So if I click here, it pulls me to an inbox where I can start to interact with these individuals. Make sure you don't just go after this from a hard sales perspective. That is never successful, okay? Your focal point should be building a relationship and providing value to the individual that you are connecting with. So seek a relationship first. Seek to help first. The sale will come second, okay? So that should be your kind of frame of mind. I generally advise people not to use a Calendly, like a schedule a meeting with me link, where I have to go in there and click the link to schedule a meeting with you. That generally isn't as effective as building a relationship through messaging this way. All right, so that is the fundamental part of what you need to know about LinkedIn. Now, there are a whole bunch of other functionalities there. We could talk about Sales Navigator. We could talk about some various aspects with your home screen, which we will talk about in just a minute. But I want you to think about LinkedIn as a networking platform that allows you to build those connections. And we talked about how to do that in sequence. If you understand or learn nothing more from this session than those elements, then you'll be in a really good place, okay? But let's actually show you a few more fundamentals that are going to help you better leverage this platform. Now, I'm going to just pull up on the screen my LinkedIn personal profile, okay? And you'll see up here at the top of the screen, here's our search field, our home button. my network, a place where you can apply for jobs, where I can do my messaging and any notifications I happen to have received. Now, but I want to talk a little bit about this LinkedIn personal profile because it will be valuable to you in a number of areas. The way that you access this profile is actually click on the little Me button up at the top of the screen, and it'll give you a little button that says View Profile. Okay, this profile is your persona. It is your credibility. It's the place where you help people build trust in you. It should be. You should focus time on making sure this is filled out as much as humanly possible. There is no better investment that you can make into social marketing than to have this complete. Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit about how to do that in some subsequent webinars under optimizing your LinkedIn profile. But I want to point out a few things on this one. So if we look at the difference between a personal page and a company page, they are significant. Okay, our personal page is designed for a couple of things. It's designed to make connections between people, you and someone else, you and another manager or leader in a company. It's designed for personal messaging back and forth. It's designed for becoming part of groups where you can interact with like-minded individuals. For me, I'm in some social marketing groups. I'm in some investigative reporting groups because I love that journalism side of things. I'm in some groups about business tools for small businesses, which allows us to communicate and share information with each other that can help us lift and grow our own businesses. Okay, it's designed for posting personal content and for sharing background and skills that will help you to connect with other individuals that are looking for people with that background and with those skills. Whereas a company page is designed for brands. There can only be one company page per website URL. Okay, so you can't have a gazillion people that are part of the same company starting up company pages. That does not work. It's designed for company content. It's essentially a LinkedIn website for your business. Okay, it does allow for promoted posts and paid advertising, which means that I put dollars behind my content to reach a certain number of people in a target area. It could be a geography. It could be that I'm trying to reach only people that are CFOs, that are COOs, that happen to be involved in strategic initiatives. These are areas that you can reach through paid advertising. It's a way to establish credibility for your business, whereas here you're establishing credibility for you as a person to indicate that you can be a guide that people can use to reach their objectives, whereas a company is designed to build credibility around the brand itself. It also provides analytics. It will show you who you are reaching, what seniority level they happen to be, what industries they happen to be in, but it'll provide analytics that aren't available through a personal page. All right, so let's jump back to that personal profile. Again, here is my personal LinkedIn profile. What you'll want to do is spend some time on this page, and it might be an hour, it might be 2 hours, where you go through and click on these little pencil icons off to the side of each field where you can update your information as much as possible. Make sure to do that. Include keywords that are relevant to your industry. Okay, these are key elements for building up the credibility of yourself so you can interact with individuals. So this is your top profile where you will update your contact information, your job title. Notice how long my job title is, okay? Because your job title becomes your elevator pitch. Include a summary paragraph about yourself, okay? And what drives you? What is your passion? What is your objective? And then provide some detailed experience about your background. Very important step to take on LinkedIn. Then next, let's post some content. This is by clicking on the home button up at the top of the screen. Look at posting content. Now, if you have some experience in Facebook, it is similar but different, okay? So I can include a post up here on the top, but make sure that this content is professional in nature. Now, there are a few different unique elements to LinkedIn. Okay, start a post, I can include a photo or a video like I can on Facebook or LinkedIn or on Instagram or or Twitter, or I guess I repeated LinkedIn twice. So it can be on any of the, this is just the traditional social media post. But, okay, take a look here. I can also include documents. I can upload a document like a white paper to my LinkedIn post. I can also write an article. Okay, this is a WordPress style article that becomes very searchable, and if you get a certain number of views and things, it's actually shared by LinkedIn to people within your network that share common views. This actually also lives on your personal profile in perpetuity. Okay, these become anchor features on your LinkedIn personal profile. So if you come to mine, you're going to see a number of blogs on effective Twitter tactics, or contesting strategies, or some empirical data. Empirical and data is kind of synonymous, but some data on how advertising can also increase your organic viewership, meaning that there is some residual viewership that happens after you run an advertisement. So these are ways that you can demonstrate thought leadership right on LinkedIn. Now here is my word to the wise, right? Keep your content on LinkedIn professional. If you are ever tempted to share a crazy cat video, don't expect it to be accepted very well on LinkedIn. But thought leadership and professional insights will receive attention. Okay, so that is our overview of LinkedIn today. Please move with us next to our LinkedIn profile optimization, so we can help you to update your profile in some ways that you may not have thought of before, such as how do you get a vanity URL on your LinkedIn page so it's easier to find, or where do I include those keywords so that my personal profile can actually help lift my business through Google and Yahoo and Bing and search engines that will be looking for certain criteria in your profile. All right, so those of you who are with us for our live session, we'll be sharing the winner of our Amazon $25 gift card. That will be coming shortly. But if you do have any other questions regarding LinkedIn, or how do we use LinkedIn for prospecting, partnerships, and for job hunting, please don't hesitate to reach out to us at support@social5.com. We are happy to help you out there. You can even ask for me. I'm more than happy to jump in and help. You can also visit university.social5.com, where we have an abundance of videos on thought leadership dealing with LinkedIn. Thank you so much for joining us here today. It's been a pleasure to be with you. All right, have an awesome day. See you.